Hi, I'm Becklane, and this is Catalyst and Company. Catalyst and Company, where we're catalysts in each other's lives as well as our own. My hair does whatever it does, and we be the artists we've always wanted to be. We work at it, we be it, we do it, whatever it is. We do the thing. I'm going to show you, today I want to show you, yesterday actually I put up a video that I wasn't particularly happy with, so I deleted it and decided to give myself a mulligan, which is just a do-over. 10 people saw it. So practically everyone in the whole world saw it, and the world could end if I delete it, but I deleted it anyway. You know, I've fallen into Studio 120 mode, which is I was pretty upset and frustrated with things and sad. And instead of keeping my eye on where we're going, I was focused on all the things that are stumbling blocks and that are difficult were rolling around in my head. So I'm giving myself a break. We're doing it over. This is my mulligan video as Catalyst and Company. What I'm going to do today is, I've been talking a lot about Patreon and sharing some of the difficulties I've had with it, where I go, I got it, and then I don't got it, and I got it, and I don't got it. I think I've got it. I'm going to share with you, I know I've got this part anyway. I'm going to share with you the part that I found the most difficult to find information on. So if you're thinking about setting up a Patreon page, or you're a patron and wonder how it works, I can show you some of it anyway. We're not going to go over the basics, right? What we're looking at right now is the basic page. I'm not going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you the parts, the several parts that I could not find any information, any how-to on anywhere on the web. This is my basic page. This is what I see as a creator for Patreon. This is all the posts that I've made to my patrons, all of them being like 3 over the past several years. No, I've made a few, but I've been so disappointed in myself and the information that I've tried to share, and also with all my frustrations that I haven't put a lot up until recently. Then I've started to be like, okay, I've got to be more I've got to correct the pillow under my butt, but I've really got to be more interactive. But first I had to rebuild the page. There was no incentive on there. There was very little incentive other than me wanting to help me. There was little incentive for people to join. So I gutted the page, and I spent last week trying to figure this crap out. Like I said, I could not find anything, any basic how-to. It's all vague and assuming that the person doing the Patreon page already knows this stuff, already knows how to build the page. So that's where they started off from, was, you're already on our level, you've already got this, we're just going to give vague instructions and you'll just take it and fly from there. Now, I've had this page for a while and I haven't been able to figure it out till now. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to set up a tier, and then we're going to develop a piece of merchandise for it, for the tier that we're developing. It's a sample. What I have done over the past couple weeks is develop, specifically last week, is develop or create merchandise that is specific to Patreon. You can't get it on TeePublic. You can't get it at Blue Egg, where we're talking about, we've been talking about different items that we're actually working on putting in the store at Blue Egg, or in the gallery at Blue Egg, with images of my work printed on, and we'll get into that another time. But I've developed mugs, a sweatshirt, and gaiters that are specific to Patreon. So we're gonna pretend that we're making one now, but we're not, because it gets even more complicated for me because I've got basic equipment. I'm sorry I can't do split screen. I can't do the professional stuff that other people do. We're working with what we have. We have an iPad. We have one iPad left that isn't mashed. It's one iPad that patrons helped me to get. And we have a screen from the thrift shop, from the local thrift shop. It doesn't even have a stand on it. I got it for $30. What do you expect? It works so. We can do this. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to go create the tier, and then we're going to make the piece of merchandise. To create the tier, which is step one in this, is we're going to go over to the right-hand side of the page. You'll see 3 dots in a little pink square. It says Edit Page, Manage Posts, and Edit Tiers. We were just looking at the posts that I could manage. We don't need to do that again. We're going to go to Edit Tiers, and we're viewing as the creator. You can view as the creator or the patron or the general public, but we're editing the tier. That's what we're focusing on. Click on that. Now we can see all the, whoops, edit tiers, where are they? They're down below. That's right, they're down below. Up above, we've got how I greet my patrons, which is with a video that I put up other places called Why I Am. Set to the Dave Matthews tune, Why I Am, which is one of my favorite songs. But down below that are the different tiers that I've already developed and I've already put merchandise on. I did that last week and then corrected it the other day. So my monthly support starts at $5 a month. Then it goes to $10 a month. But I also, at the $10 level, at the $5 level, I don't offer anything. I could offer a sticker, but really you can go on TeePublic and get stickers for less. So why would I say spend, they want $5. Patreon wants $5 a month from the patrons to get a sticker that you can get on TeePublic when it's on sale for like $2 or $4 or something. Why would I want to do that to people? I don't. Instead, what I've done is I've added merchandise at the $10 level where it's infinitely more fair. I make a little bit of money, Patreon makes their chunk of money, and the patron in the end has a nice quality piece of merchandise or an item that we've produced. Actually, this is a mug we just, ignore me right now. Ignore me, just ignore. I made a video before this where we built this tier, and I just wanted to get rid of it. So just pretend that didn't happen. So we're going through all the tiers. We've got mugs at $20 a month level. I've got gaiters at $25 a month, and they're in sets. When we get into the 20 and above, I decided that I was going to sell them in sets. $30 a month, you've got 2 different mug sets. $40 a month, we've got mug sets. We get into the $50 a month, and that's where I made bundles, specifically to Patreon. One is a Frida bundle, where you can get Frida, specially made Frida, designed Frida items. And then I've got a, where is it? My Art Rules bundle, which are 4 mugs and a hoodie. Oh, no. It's something. It's a hoodie, a t-shirt, and mugs. Anyway, move on. Oh, 3 mugs. 3 mugs with my 3 art rules. Yeah, we can't check it. A t-shirt with art rule on it and hoodie, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, moving on. Once we get down to the bottom of all the tiers that I've already created, or if you're about to create a page, you're going to see a button. Doing my best. You're going to see a button. It's a pink button, rectangle. It says Add a Tier. We're going to click on that. And this is how you're going to develop everything that you just saw. We're going to, on the Add a Tier page, it says New Tier, customize the tier name. So we're going to choose a name for this particular tier. Now, as we saw, hopefully you saw in the last page that I showed you, a tier is not like a, if you go in a store and there's a section and it says women's section. It's not like that. It is fairly specific. It is specific to what you're going to charge your patrons each month, or what Patreon is going to charge, and to the item or items that you're going to add to that tier, to that particular section. So first let's choose a name, and it's going to be kind of innocuous, slightly. I'm just going to write exclusive. I'm just going to write exclusive item for this, and you'll see why in a minute. I need it to stand out when we get to the next portion of adding this. And what we're going to do is design in a minute. We're going to add a design to a mug that is a sample mug. And I know for that, Patreon is going to charge me $14.50 for this particular item. So as a retailer, as a creator, as someone who has produced the work, then photographed the work, then edited the work, then did some re-editing and adding text and doing all this stuff, then having to load it, download it, blah, 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 blah. I know that I've done all this work, and I need to respect the work that I have done. All the work, all the material. It's not boopity boopity boop. I've spent X amount of time creating the image, creating the paintings. I've then photographed the paintings. I've done all this work. So I need to make sure that I take care of myself. I don't want to say, I need to make sure I'm compensated, because that sounds really aggressive and selfish. Honestly, the way I have to think about it is I need to be able to take care of myself. That's what we have the Patreon page for, is so people can help me take care of me. Help me to keep this little train moving, help me to get paints. So I've got to make sure that I take that $14.50 that they're going to charge me for this particular mug, or for any mug, and make sure that I double it like a retailer. I'm not just like a retailer, but I am not just the retailer. I am also the designer, the manufacturer, I'm the creator, I'm the entire staff. I'm the advertising agency for all of this as well, because I go online and I do all this work to show people what I've made. So I take that $14.50, and in a normal, just straight retail situation, they would at least double the price to cover their costs and all the hands that went into, all the work that went into having it available to the public. So I could triple it, which is what Patreon suggests that their Patreons do, their creators do, but I'm just doubling it. So Patreon gets their chunk. I get to make $5 a month off of this particular mug, and at the end of the day, the supporter, the patron has a tangible item for that I get to make a little bit of money on and get another tube of paint. I get to get another tube of paint. So I'm trying to be very, very, very fair to everyone all the way across the board. So we've got the exclusive item under name, $10 a month. Then it'll ask for a tier description. You can preview it also in different currencies, because Patreon actually, Patreon ships all around the world, and they're in all different countries. So as the service provider. So keep that in mind too if you decide that you're going to support somebody and they're in Canada or in Australia or New Zealand, like some of my followers are, or South Korea or South America, or wherever. They ship internationally. I know I have followers in New Brunswick, in Vancouver, in Montreal. I have one in Qatar. I have a collector in Qatar. So we can ship anywhere. I have followers in New Zealand, in Australia, in England, in Germany, all over the place, in South Korea. So they do ship internationally. Underneath the preview in different currencies, it says tier description. I'm just going to write, I know it's going to be a Frida design that we're going to use. So I'm just putting in right now Frida, because this is a sample tier and item that we're developing just for the video. So I'm sorry, I didn't do that well. Below tier description, it says cover image, and this is where I got stuck. And I know this is running really long. This is where I got stuck. You cannot. What I did last week was, or what I did a week or two ago, when I was gutted my page and started to redesign it, was I thought I would have one image representing the different categories. Like for straight support, just for $5 a month, $10 a month, $20 a month, no merchandise at the end. I put up one particular image, and that image is still up. And I had assumed that when I had merchandise tiers, like mugs for $10, I could put up this picture I have of me holding up my coffee mug. I'm in my bathrobe and I'm doing this one. I could use that image to indicate this is a mug item on this tier. And then I assumed when the potential patron clicked on it, they could see the items that were available under that category. That's not how it works. The patron, the potential patron, the person wanting to support you, the person wanting to join, your community, they cannot see the items that are available. As the creator, you have to make the item visible on this particular link. On this particular thingamabob, add cover image. You have to be explicit. So what we're going to do is, I'm not going to show this image of Frida on the mug, because that's where it gets complicated with me not having, all the fancy equipment. I have what I have. It would take too long. It would take longer than the 15 minutes I've spent talking so far. So what I've done is I've just chose the image of Frida to show as the cover image for this particular tier. And then down below it says tier benefits. And tier benefits, you can offer all different things, like a handwritten card or a hand-drawn something or other, or a private video chat or whatever. I don't want to do that. I don't want to make promises I'm not sure I'm going to be healthy enough to commit to. I'm going to remember to commit to. I don't want to do things where I'm not following through on my word. It's very important to me all the time. So in every instance. So all I've done here is my added benefit isn't a benefit. It is just basically thank you. It says thank you for your support. You can write anything in, and that's self-explanatory. Actually, I'm not going to show you how, but you can just write thank you for your support. For your support is what I have. Then we're going to click on add. So we've got tier benefits. Thank you for your support, which I have on every other tier that I've already done. Go down to advanced, and I always ask for the patron's shipping address at their checkout, so I have access to it if I do want to write people thank you cards, or I remember to, or I get something really special in that I want to share. I can send it to them. If I'm having one of my better days, and I'm remembering things. So we've got all this stuff done on the build a tier. We're going to click save. Now we're going to go over and we're going to create the Frida mug. And this again is not something I could find. There was vague, you already know how to do this information on the web, but nothing specific. So we're going to go back to those three little buttons in the square. There's our edit tiers, which we just did. And we're going to go up to edit page. And when we get to the edit page, we've got the basic page. We've got all the information for all the basics I've already added. We're not getting into that. We're going to go to the merchandise page. There's our merchandise page. I'm going to show you something. Down below is all the merchandise I've already created, and I've already attributed to other tiers. So we're going to skip this, and we're going to go to create new merchandise. Now there's two different ways you can offer merchandise to patrons. The loyalty program, where they get a new piece of merchandise every 3 months for a year. They're committed to a year. Or you can do one-time delivery, and I've been sticking with that right now, where patrons agree to 3 months of support, and at the end they get the item that that they're about to see, that is attributed to that particular tier. I think I'm sick of the word tier at this point. So here we are. There's the different items that you can select from: stickers, mini prints, mugs, poster, t-shirt, neck gaiters, tote bag, long sleeve shirt, and hoodie. I am sticking with mugs because you can make them affordable, and neck gaiters because you cannot get them from me on TeePublic. On TeePublic, you can get images of my work printed on all different things, and they're less expensive than what they're offering here on Patreon. I do have one bundle that has a t-shirt in it and one bundle that has a hoodie in it. That's it. And I'm probably going to stick with mixing t-shirt. If I do more t-shirts and hoodies, they're going to be mixed into the bundles. But for now, we're mainly sticking with mugs and neck gaiters. So we're going to choose the mug for our Frida design. We're going to go up to continue. Before we do, it says your cost for selected items. This is what they tell creators. Your cost for a selected item is $14.50. And that is what they will charge you for a mug. So as a creator, you have to think, how am I being fair to me? How can I be fair to me as a retailer, as a producer, as the designer, as the one who developed the original image to begin with? How can I take care of myself and also be fair to the patron who wants to help you take care of yourself? So your cost for the selected item is $14.50. Patreon suggests a tier of $15. That means you are charging the patron $15 a month for a coffee mug. So the coffee mug, according to Patreon, should cost the patron $15 a month, $45 in the end. I can't do that. I can't do that. The minimum tier would be $5 a month, which means that at the end of 3 months, the patron, the Patreon has a mug. At the end of the 3 months, the creator has made 15 cents off that mug. I can't do that either. So I've found a price at $10 a month where Patreon gets paid, I get to buy a tube of paint, and the patron gets a mug that is then shipped to them free and again internationally. So we went to the next page. Oh, sorry, I jumped over that. We hit continue after all that blah blah blah. And we're going to upload the file. So we're going to go into my files and find Frida, that one image of Frida. There she is. Now you can apply, in this particular instance, you can apply the image centered, as she's going to show up in a sec, or wrapped all the way around. I know so far the image wrapped all the way around doesn't really work. I'll show you why. You can't see her face, you can't see her turban, her headgear, you can't see any of it. So I'm sticking with centered. Now you also need to make sure that the image is good, and this is good. 970 DPI, which is dots per inch, I think. I think so. You may have to adjust. There are online ways to do that. Go to adjust DPI, just look places up. You're also going to have to adjust the pixelation. We're not getting into that today. That's all available online. We're happy with this, so next we're going to click continue. Edit page. Again, this is all about the item we're just writing in, because this is an example. I'm just writing in Frida. Now down below the describe your merch where I just wrote Frida, it says select a tier. Now we know we already picked up, blah, blah, blah. There it is. We wrote the tier. We did the tier a while ago where I just wrote in exclusive item. That can be edited. The exclusive item, I can actually go back in and edit later. The price, you cannot. Once you've chosen the price and you've attributed an item to that price, like the Frida mug, the price cannot be changed. You have to start the process all over again. So we're going down to the tier, exclusive item, that I just did. We're going to click on that. And I made it specifically for this particular mug. I'm not going to be able to add more to it later. More items to it later. So here we go. We hit review. We go down. There's that picture of Frida. It says exclusive mug below. And I could have, if I had all the equipment, I could have done the Frida on the mug and downloaded the picture and everything. I don't have that kind of equipment. I don't have that kind of stuff. So we're just going with the photograph. This is just an example anyway. And I just published the merge. So it's up on the web. There she is. That's the old one. It's from the last video that I deleted. Okay, we're going to go down into this corner so we can take a look at it together. And it says becklane creator. There's 3 dots. We're going to click on the 3 dots. And to see this as the patron would see it, you kind of got to log out. I know there's another way. I don't care. I want to see what my patrons are seeing. There I am. I just ran a search. There's my name. There's me. And there's my page as the patron or potential patron would see it. And there's the item we just uploaded. There's the $5 a month, straight $5 a month. There's the $10 a month. This is the most popular. I have no idea why, but fine. Patreon. But there's the item we just created. Now, before I said I had a picture of me holding my coffee mug. I'm in my bathrobe. I'm doing this. That's what I would have originally put up there. But watch. This is what I found out. When the patrons clicks on join, they can't see the item that's available. Patreon does not allow the patron to see the item that's available. So that's why you have to be explicit on your home page. There's the image. All right, I hope that was kind of helpful. Let's look through. See, there's all the stuff. There's the 2 mug set. We've got one of the 2 gator sets, the 2 gator set over here, another one that's Yayu Kusama and another Frida. I've got one of my art rule mug sets there, another one right there. So they're 2 completely different ones. We've got a 4 set over here, another 4 set there. An art rule bundle. Art rule number 1, there are no rules. Remember, we've been saying this for 10 years. That's actually available in a bundle of 3 mugs. Let's say Art Rule 1, Art Rule 2, Art Rule 3, and a hoodie and a t-shirt. That's the only hoodie and t-shirt I have up right now. And then we've got a full Frida bundle for $50 a month. So anyway, that's it. And that took 30 minutes to explain. I hope it was clear. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below, and I'll absolutely do my best to help you. I hope I saved you 2 to 3 years of frustration and anger. And I'm becklane. This is Catalyst & Company. If you'd like to help support Catalyst & Company, all the links are down below, including the link to Patreon, where you can supply monthly support for as low as $5 a month. Ta-da! TeePublic, where you can get all kinds of items printed on all kinds of other items, all kinds of images of my work printed on other coffee mugs. These are exclusive to Patreon, but other images printed on coffee mugs, tote bags, t-shirts, hoodies, and they're decent prices. Phone cases, all kinds of things. I've also got Cash App and PayPal if you'd like to help. If you'd just like to buy me another cup of coffee, that would be awesome. Those are down below, as well as links to my galleries. Jay at Blue Egg Gallery out in Fort Lauderdale, Chasen Galleries here in Sarasota, and Rafael Coelho up in New Jersey. Ooh, and take a look at my website, by the way. I've completely redone, not completely, but I've redone a lot of it. I've refashioned and retooled a lot of it, and I'm pretty proud. So anyway, I'm becklane. And thanks, Carrie, for everything. Hope you're well. Ready? Shut up now. Throat sore. Ciao. Meow, meow.